And welcome back. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the kind words in the comments. And I want to also thank you for the notification and subscribing. Now this is the younger Mona Lisa. Everybody knows it. It's very, very rare that anybody doesn't know about a Mona Lisa. But they are learning about the younger Mona Lisa having to grow up and be an older woman. And she is a stylist. And you have to understand the word stylist for an artist. It's their thoughts of all kinds of images pulled into one, and you end up with that picture. You can see how she has an extreme family resemblance. I believe the Mona Lisa was in her teens, and I believe she's about 47 years old or so, my guess. 30, 35, 37, I don't know. You know, when you get older, time flies, right? But anyway, Leonardo da Vinci was in love with a man named Sali. And Sali was the model for the Mona Lisa. But see, within that model, if you're using a man for a model, he's not going to look like that, right? So he interprets. He puts his thoughts of different beauty that he knows of. He puts himself in there. He puts his lover in there, or lovers, and he puts his paid person, which is Gioconda, in there, and he puts also Mary and Madonna, and he puts Jesus Christ. If you put a mustache on Jesus Christ and you put a hat on Jesus Christ, you would have the same man. If you turn Mary older, and the same with Madonna, you have the same woman. You will have a very hard time not thinking so. Now, this is the X-ray out of my painting. I have over 750 YouTubes. I want you to just kind of follow along. These are thoughts of mine by his ways that I have found within the paintings. And if you examine all my YouTubes, you'll see how I came to that conclusion. So with that in mind, I want to put this down, put this down, put this down, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you how this image of his, with the boy with the arm turned sideways with the hand, fits. Now this is just one area. You see how he fits? Let me do it vice versa. Sorry. How he will fit in my X-ray into the elephant that it is. Perfectly. You can see the trunk of the elephant. This is an elephant with a wing, and his trunk goes on up to here. Here it is. That's Leo for you. You start from here. You can see the eyes, and you end up with the eyes over here, and you end up with the eyes over here because he makes his painting move. So watch. Starts here, slides over, and boom. You can see the trunk even the square cut trunk off, which is very rare to have it that significant in the sense of to be in that way. And why is there an overlay? Because there's an overlay here, but that doesn't, just fortunate that we have it that way. But that's not just it. If I move this out of the way, you'll see the other x-ray. This is an upside down x-ray of the median. This so happens to be the 90-degree turn of the boy. And when you put him up, you can see how the trunk flows and comes off the page, and how the square of her dress fits within. It's going to get really good. Okay, you can see how the eye in here fits to make an eye upside down of another image of an animal or a toy or a cartoon. If you take a look at just the black, the nose is coming off, but you can slide it back because again he makes it move, and what you do is have this long steer look as instead of either a man or a woman, because this time I do believe it's both. Because if you get into these, and you get into these, and you get into these, and these are round, and they seem to be breasts that move back and forth as a woman in the style. If you move the hand, you can see how the hand will fit here. There. If you even reduce it down, this hand and this body, it fits here perfectly, right here. And it fits here. Also, the face fits right in here. And you can see the eye in the eye. Leonardo da Vinci would make this fit anywhere, any size. You have to figure out how the genius kept that in mind, but apparently it has to do with mathematic numbers and codes. So if I reduce it down to give you a general thought on it, you can see how he fits there. You can see how his hand fits here. His hand fits here. Perfect. Okay, so he makes it move across the room. He can even make it a little bit smaller. By reaching this area here. See? Look how the dog, this is like a dog, flying dog with the wing back here. He always was into flying. How it swoops into the nose of the body. You can see the head, how it's just a hair too small, just a hair a little bit bigger. Fits within the circle. Okay? Leo is a extremely tricky artist. Okay, and you're going to see that same thing, the same thing. You're going to see the same thing in the Last Supper that I'm going to be doing. If you take a look, you see this circle here, loop. Here you got it right here, looping. Okay, that's his way. He's got it. You can see how it comes out a little here, but he dissipates it like clouds. Okay, and look how small he goes. You see this dog with the nose, big, long, snouty dog, eye, ear, okay? That's the same dog, okay? That's the same dog is right here, okay? He's got the same dog. Watch. I'm gonna put him there. I just noticed it. I notice a lot of this stuff because it's not because of anything in which you wouldn't have spotted. It's just that after dealing with this for as long as I have, you would end up just knowing that it would fit, because that's Leo. Look, let me shift that up just a hair. There's the dog right there. Fits. Okay, I'm not a liar. I didn't cheat on any of this stuff. The painting does not have... Oh, look at this. You see this part right here, this V that's blank? Here, it fits with the dog. Look, it fits with the dog. I didn't do that. If you take a look, here's an eye and an eye, fits with the eye and the eye when the dog fits there. Some pieces fit better than others, only for the reason is that it is either his stronger point that he wanted you to know, because some people just can't catch what he's trying to tell you, or it's oh, look at that, how ironic that is. Look at this notch here, and how it has the same notch as this person. See this person? That's an eye and a nose. His head comes back. It's got his head here with an owl underneath his chin. So when you put this up here, he fits right in the puzzle piece, right underneath the guy for the doggy. And look at it, he fits right in the circle. Here's the kid, fits perfect in the circle. Look at that. For the dog, everything. This might be the exact area in which it's supposed to be before she starts moving across the room in different sizes. Leo's so tricky, I'm afraid to turn around and say 100% in the sense of that's his exact mark of where he would end up starting his run, his starting point. My belief is that he has, like this face. This is the face of the Mona, and it's got the stripes. So not only is she a strong person by using it as a Roman shield, he integrates it into cartoons and other images of things in which he wants to have fun. And he's having fun so much. Watch this. He's having fun so much. This is what he's doing. This is the signature of Leonardo da Vinci. While he's doing all these micro images and spelling out his name, because here's the V, and here's another V, okay, and here's another V, and here's another V. These are the same guys interpreted, see, in different colors and stars. And he keeps writing his name and painting, but in doing all that, these are cartoons. These are little cartoon guys when you blow them up and get into them, and there's little stories inside these lines and words. This image right here, this white image, you cannot see with the human eye. It had to be specially pulled. On top of that, if you see these stars, they run any way and every way. You look at the circles, okay? What he's doing, he's playing music on a music sheet, and he's writing down the words to the songs. I have probably 100 million songs of his. A lifetime of songs or whatever he wrote and painted. And it's probably I Love You's songs. And that wouldn't surprise me. Leonardo da Vinci loves Melzi's Francesca and Sali and La Bella Principessa and Gioconda and himself and the Mona Lisa as a name as his own, and Pepe, and which is a nickname of one of the individuals that hung around him and gave him a big hug before the day he died. I got his birth date, death date. I got over 300 signatures. It so happens to be within the Mona Lisa, or the Midion, which is the Mona Lisa. I'm telling you, Leonardo da Vinci has actually made my heart beat extra beats of super great love of talent. And this image here is going to go into the Last Supper. So we're going to get into that. We're going to pull that out of the way. That's coming up on my next YouTube, and here's the Last Supper. And I'm going to be working on that next. And with that, I want to tell you, listen, don't forget, I have showed you the X-ray of the Mona Lisa in my painting. I have showed you the signature of the Leonardo da Vinci. Look at, while he's there, he paints a boy in the stars. Microscopic. Cannot be seen with the human eye. Now you tell me if he's not the greatest artist on the planet. Here's his duplication. Here's the boy, and then here's the bigger boy right here. And then he's got him sideways and turning. He makes, I bet you he makes this boy run across the room playing and having a ball under different layers. And with that, you could hear it in my voice. I am not an actor. These are facts. These are not been changed to deceive you or in any way. I'm not that kind of person. Also, I've shown you where he actually spells out his name around the face of the Mona Lisa. This word of Leonardo da Vinci, Sir Pierre, actually starts and writes all the way across, and I showed that on one of my YouTubes, and you can flip it around, and it also does it this way. It does it every single way. Look at the cut line. You see this cut line? Same cut line. You see this turn? Same turn of the body. You see these shadows? That's this, that moves up and down everywhere in the words. He is actually absolutely unbelievable. You take this and you turn it a certain way and you flip it, it's actually the turn of this upside down. He knew what he did. If he pitched it on an angle, he's got his angle cut. If he made it smaller, he's got his angle cut. He can write and sign his name to build the Mona Lisa itself. He's smart. And with that, I got to tell you, listen, keep your social distance and thumbs up and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Wash your hands and wear a mask and say your prayers. Tell your teacher, teach your teacher. Come on, really, I would have a blast to teach my teacher. Come on, how can you go over the hill on that one, man, except for getting old, okay? And before you get old, remember, kiss your mom and dad, no matter if you guys are getting along or not. Give them a big hug. Tell them you love them. Tell your siblings you love them. Tell your friends that you love them. Love is in many, many degrees. And don't forget, expression is 1,000 words. You can say, what? What? And you know what I'm meaning by that? I'm meaning what with a big question mark. But if I said, what? That is not a question mark. That's an anger like a demand of something. And God will express that in the Bible or His way, thousands of different ways of expression. And that's why the Bible sometimes gets misinterpreted. Which way did He express it? Did He express it like ALANCOOK, who owns the newest Mona Lisa, of his excitement, or did he try for deception, or as Judas with the 30 pieces of silver? I didn't do this painting one bit in any way of spending $500,000 in labor on this deal in one way to make one penny, not 1 cent. And that's the truth. It went with my heart. Now I'm looking for pennies. I'm looking for pennies because I need it. I need that lucky penny. Nice shiny penny, old penny. I'm an antique dealer. I hunt and buy all the time. And with that, I want to tell you again, stay safe. God bless you all, the whole world, universe, and the heavens. In Jesus' name, amen.